What's going on, everybody? I'm Mr. Tishan, and welcome to Talks with Tishan, the show where we dive into real conversations, real journeys, and real impact. Today, I'm joined by a special guest who's well known around the city of Fayetteville and a Charlotte native. He's been voted as a top 5 HBCU host for his undeniable stage presence, and he's been taking things further by even starting his own business. Join me as we talk to the newest Fayetteville State alumni, Jay Reid. How you doing, Jay Reid?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me here.
No.
I just graduated, but it's very surreal. It's a surreal experience. You know what I'm saying? Being a fresh alumni, but having like my semester cut short from the year. You know what I'm saying? How you doing though? You good?
I'm good. You good? I'm good. We all good. And actually, I want to talk about that. Being a new Fayetteville State alumni, what's the environment like? Do you feel like a new man, or is it just surreal a little bit?
I'm all about higher learning, but I'm pretty burnt out, so I needed a break. I know a lot of people go in and get their masters out of the way because it's only 2 years, but I'm ready to start my life. You know what I'm saying? I was ready to expand and help the Carolina culture when it came to entertainment. So
Absolutely.
I got a lot more free time. I got a good support system that's helping me when I make decisions and my living spaces. You know what I'm saying? So it's working out. But I gotta say, if I didn't have that support system and I wasn't in the entertainment field, I'd be going straight to corporate because, the job market for our generation is very trash.
Yeah.
It's not. And then once you land a job, it seems as if getting a bachelor's was nothing. Like you have to get a master's or a doctorate to get jobs that's $50 an hour and then some. But I digress. That's why I'm a serial entrepreneur now.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of your entrepreneurship, I understand that you have your own business, J Reid Productions. How is that going?
So yeah, JRP, J Reid Production LLC. So we help entertainers and entrepreneurs create a profit in their communities, and we do that through digital creation, marketing, and events. That's the main way we do that. So we have like a model department. We help them with their portfolios. I help curate events so they can build their portfolios, have photographers out there, build their look. So people know who to book when it comes to models. We have a photography and videography team where we collaborate. I help them get bookings, and then I also just promote them as they get their own bookings as well. And then you have the promotion side. So that's kind of new. I've been in the promotion game for a while, and I've been event curating for myself. But you know what I'm saying? It's a lost art when you don't teach it to do it the right way. So that's my next goal, is to help the next wave of event curators, especially for Fayetteville State, because people might not like this, but there's no college life without a little bit of partying. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, ain't that the truth? Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of party, genres out there as well. And also on the J Reid Productions, I understand that y'all do host your own events. I'm sure there was one in Fayetteville, downtown Fayetteville. I forgot the name of it. I'm drawing a blank. But that was a pretty big event that you had, right? It was a successful turnout.
Yeah. So we've done 3 events in Fayetteville so far. I collaborated with plenty of other people under the name of JRP, but alone we've had the Unleash Fest, which was the pop-up shop. We had like 3 performers and a food truck outside and like a little line dance, family oriented, so a lot of different demographics could be in one space and feel like it's a community, and we did that. I think it was a good first event. Then our next event was Street Anthems, which is closer to graduation. It was like in between October and December. And it was an underground fashion show where we had models modeling and local brands, not just random brands, local brands, while performers were performing. So the performers can meet the designers, get some clothes, buy some, shop.
Yeah.
The designers are getting their brand awareness, and then the models not only building their portfolio, but they could be brand ambassadors for said brand. So, I was just trying to build the community and plug people together, because there's a lot of people out here that deserve it. Absolutely. Then we just did like a random college party, pajama jam for my birthday. But, you haven't seen a pajama party in so long. It's cold. Why not? You know what I'm saying? So it was last minute, but it was a great turnout. We had like 200 people. So as we plan, you know, the more structure we'll be, the more events we can have. So, you know, that's the goal.
That's great. That's great. That's great. And the name, J. Reid Productions, how did you come about the name J. Reid? Was that like a family given name? Is that a name you came up with yourself? Was it, you know, how did you get the name J. Reid? Because I just recently found out your first name, Jonah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my name is Jonah Reid, and when I write it, like back in the day for schoolwork, it was Jonah J. Reid. But I remember starting my artist journey, and bro, like I remember performing and trying to come up with a stage name, and you know, for people who names start with J, it was always either your name was J.
Yeah.
My name's Jonah, so they call me Joe, or JJ. Okay. Then my first cousin Kenyatta, she called me J Bug. And that stuck for a little bit, like, for my username of Snapchat. And I was almost a J Bug, but I was like, that's not.
Yeah, it don't roll off the tongue.
It's not cohesive either. Like, I wouldn't catch anybody's attention.
Yeah.
So I think J Reid was the best way to go, because nothing better than my name. Come to find out, like, I didn't realize, like, that inspiration was a little bit from J. Cole. I didn't realize his name was Jermaine Cole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was kind of by design and not on purpose. It was an accidental thing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to copy nobody, but like, bro, what's better than your name? And literally, it's Jonah J. Reid. So I've always been a J. Reid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was just about to mention that, actually. The J. Cole, J. Reid mentioned.
Right, you know, that's so crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy.
You know
but and from North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? And Fayetteville helped me grow as a man. But back to J. Reid Production, so I started doing photography and videography my sophomore year of high school. I was like 15, 16. And it was J. Reid Productions because I was doing YouTube. So I was a YouTuber heavily. Like, if you go back on the YouTube channel, J. Reid Productions, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. It is so crazy because I was just doing YouTube and it was just J. Reid Productions because I was producing, like, the content. I didn't change it to be a true business until I came to college and I realized I need a team of VFX editors, directors, creative directors, booking agents for event spaces or just venues that we need for shoots. And I realized, like, we can make this a real production team and we just keep it the same name because I'm helping curate everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was seriously thinking about changing the name because I didn't want it to be about me. But I didn't change the name because of where we came from, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like I would know when changing the name is necessary, if that makes sense. I think it's a good thing to have my name plastered on it to help promote it until J. Reid Productions is its true own entity, people in the Carolinas know. And then if we change the name, it's not any confusion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when you said that you started in high school, was that like you saw inspiration from other YouTubers, or was it just a mindset that you was like, I want to be out there, I want to present myself to the world? And how was that, that transition from, because I'm sure there was some times where you was like, is this something I really want to do? And
so I remember starting to do music and like I always wanted to do YouTubes and vlogs. And this like 2010s, so it was coming real prominent. You know what I'm saying? And DDG was like, he had just dropped out of college for real to do that. And I was like, oh, that's tough. Like, that was like prime Zias, B-Lou days.
Yeah.
Like, YouTube was the thing. It still is, but it was like what TikTok is and what Twitch is now.
Yeah.
And I still want to become a YouTuber. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I still want to post. Mr. Beast done changed the game. But anyways, during that era, I definitely was a Deshae Frost fan. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Stay Frosty, you did.
Deshae Frost in Brooklyn, I was watching them and they brother, hooping back in the day. And DDG were already successful. And I remember doing my reaction videos, and I barely did anything funny. And I had got my first 1.3K, 3,000 views. And I was like, bro, this is exactly what I want to do. Like, this is not necessarily easy. It doesn't feel like work because it's something I'm interested in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then, as an artist, because I still sing and rap. I realized that people need music videos at cheap rates. And once I realized that, and then I started doing $50, $100 shoots, I realized I could be the change in the community, not for just myself, but for other people that's trying to do what I'm doing, and still continue to be on brand with the YouTube, the music, and the business. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened, for real.
And with your music career, I've seen you performed at a venue. How was that? How was it with that feeling when the mic is in your hand and everybody's focused on you and what you can produce?
It's no better feeling than hearing people sing your lyrics to songs that you like. So people like my song Catching Chills, and I expect people to kind of know the lyrics, not even they know the whole song, just at least the chorus.
Yeah.
But when there's other songs that play and they know like some lyrics or the chorus or they quote a bar, that means a lot because I'm a songwriter who works with producers.
Yeah.
So the lyrics mean everything to me because sometimes they simple but mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? Simple bars are deeper than what other people think.
Yeah.
But it definitely hits different, like when I'm on bigger stages and I'm performing in front of people with that are prominent, that got stature and in the career that I'm trying to be in. I always felt as if like if I blew up as an artist, I could manage the production better because I'd be funding it a little bit more than I am now. But it's all a process. But nah, the music is everything. Like if I had a choice, I'll be on tour.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying right now? Like,
Yeah.
a Carolina tour would be hard.
Absolutely. So how many albums do you have out currently? Is it a set number?
I think I have 4 out. So I have Rise to the Occasion.
Okay.
I have Light in the Darkness. Then I have Live Great, and then the filler episode. Then I came with 2 EPs, and then one is only on SoundCloud. The other one is on all platforms called 4 for 4. Because it was 4 songs, and it was
okay.
you know what I'm saying? During that time, it was just a crazy era. So yeah, I got 4 albums, 5 projects, and like 4 other singles that I dropped during that time. And then I dropped like my practice songs on SoundCloud for like the fans that like the creativity and the musicianship. Even though sometimes the audio might not be the best, they just practice songs I can show to the world without having to feel a different type of way about the craft. But I got an R&B album coming out soon called What Is Love.
Okay.
But I'm gonna drop the music videos to Catching Chills before I drop that, you know what I'm saying? Just to rebrand myself as an R&B artist. But I ain't gonna lie, that's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Like, it's not easy.
Is What Is Love coming out on February 14th? Is that a hint?
So that was the goal.
Okay.
But I think it's too cliche. So I'm gonna drop a teaser or something.
Okay.
As a replacement. And then we got a game here at Fayetteville State on the 14th. So there's a lot going on for me personally. I might tease me shooting the music video, like for the 13th and the 14th. Shout out to Mason Riley, Hunter School Studios. He definitely director for that. And the video vixen, shout out to Shantae. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? We playing over here, and it's a method to the madness. But What Is Love might drop end of February, if the production is done. If not, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna drop when it drop. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That would be dope though.
That would.
But I feel like so many other artists is gonna do that. They wait for that every year. And then R&B is something that's trying to come back. So why wouldn't people drop during the 14th? The market is there, but.
Yeah. And I also wanted to know, how do you balance all of those? Like, even when you was in college and high school, how did you balance that work life, that I'm making videos, but I'm also trying to go to college, or I want a job and I also want to do music career? How did you, figure out a way to maneuver through all of that? So was it a hard task? Was it, or it was just came natural?
What? It's not hard because it's, with passion.
Yeah.
Stuff become a little easy, and then like, even through Bronco TV, the little stuff that I learned here, I already knew and reiterated and then learned more.
Yeah. The
job became easier. You know what I'm saying? I can say college helped me as a producer and director and a creative because, after the Bronco Talk podcast, editing became much easier because I was used to editing again. Because I used to edit all the time. And then after that, after you don't edit, it's hard to kind of get back into it because editing is a little tedious.
Takes time.
But I digress because timing is everything. And then once I realized I had no time to play with. You know, I'm 25, so I'm a little older now. Like, I don't have any time to play with. You know, even like recreational stuff, I'm not saying I had to cut it out. I just had to be strict on time. Like, if I knew that I'm not a morning person, like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, just to get here, even though I wasn't on time, it was a method to the madness to get here kind of on time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, bro, I had, like, to wake up in the morning and make sure I get my day started. This sounds so simple, but people don't do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drink non-caffeinated tea with honey, agave, and maybe brown sugar if I want it sweet.
That sounds good.
You know what I'm saying? So I drink that tea, that morning tea, because as a singer I need to open up my lungs. And I stretch for 30 minutes to an hour. And that's different in itself, because I ain't no choreographer, no dancer or nothing, but stretching and, you know, loosening your body is so important that, you know, people not doing that every day. Imagine you do that every day. You know what I'm saying? You won't be being in tune with your body is real, bro. And I'm big on energy. I come from a mom who meditates all the time. You know what I'm saying? And she a choreographer herself, so that's where the stretching came from. But you know, doing little stuff in the morning, it's not little. It's actually take a long time. That's why sometimes I gotta wake at 8 just to do all that. And then, like, I like being a clean man, bro. You know, sometimes, bro, brushing my teeth, you know, getting the crust on my eyes, flossing, lotioning up, and just smell good take 45 minutes. So, bro, you know, all that is self-care. And without any of that, I don't think I'll be focused. Because little stuff like that helps me get on with my day. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not doing any of that, and I'm just waking up, brushing my teeth, getting ready, you know, my energy won't be there. You kind of feel it. Nah, bro, it's all about energy. So, you know, having a routine for the morning and night is essential. Once you do that, you can figure out your schedule between the day. I feel like it'd be much easier.
Yeah, I feel like that takes a lot of self-discipline as well, because, you know, it's not easy to wake up and tell yourself, I got to get up out of bed, or I got to, you know, do this, or I got to come up with a routine. I'm one to speak. I'm bad at, you know, repetitiveness and things of that nature. But
you know, I think because one of my pet peeves is, you know, people repeating themselves or repetitiveness.
Yeah.
I got to switch it up in the mornings. So sometimes I might turn on Neo Soul, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo to get it started.
Yeah.
Or, like, I might feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm at the west side of Charlotte and I might need to turn some trap on. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how I'm feeling or what I want to feel like or what type of energy I want to bring out.
Yeah.
So, like, music helped me do that. Sometimes I might even turn on a regular show.
Regular show was a good show.
Nah, I lied. I'm turning on Amazing World of Gumball before a regular show. You can add me. I think it's way better. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it'd be little stuff. Like I said, people wake up and get on TikTok.
That's true. It's a bad habit.
I think, you know what I'm saying, depending on the person, it could be a good or a bad habit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you could end up wasting your time on TikTok, or it'll wake you up. But like I said, you got to experiment to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? College gave me that time to experiment and realize what I like, didn't like for myself anyways.
And have you always had this passion for music because you said your mom was a choreographer? Did you grow up in a household with that, you know, mindset in mind, or did it come as you grew up older? Because you said in high school, that's when you started, right? Writing music. Was there inspiration behind that, or you just?
My first song I wrote when I was 7. The first time I recorded was 7. But the first time I started taking music on my own, I was 13.
Oh.
So my mom is a singer too, and she was recording, but she more of like an on-stage actress singer.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? She been in a couple plays. Like, I've been in the play myself, Lean On Me play, but that was back in high school. I haven't done no acting since then.
Yeah.
Unless I was doing skits, you know. But other than that, my mom, she went to University of South Carolina. She had Gamecock, so I think her degree was in theater and media studies or something like that. And then, like, her minor was dance. So she always been a choreographer. She part of dance companies in Charlotte right now. She been dancing at A&T, Winston-Salem State, you know, different areas. So she been doing her thing. She the first J. Reid, so her name is Melody J. Reid, but she go MJ Reid. Then it ends with me, because then my little brother his name John Hill.
Gotcha.
So I need to carry the Reid legacy on. That's why I also named myself J. Reid, because now I'm 1-1. You know what I'm saying? Other than my mom. But hopefully she's going to marry soon. But, not going to say too much. Not going to jinx it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so after that, I was born in Columbia. We moved to Atlanta. And she was dating a producer during that time called Will Power. And he was managing he was a producer for a couple different artists. The most notable one I can remember, I can't remember her name, 'cause she had an haircut out by Badu Sound. But then the other one was Yellow Wolf. He's now signed to Eminem. He's a Caucasian rapper who really liked that. I like his old music because I was there during that time. I mean, like, it's catchier. It gave me that old ATL feel.
Got you.
And I remember, like, being in those moments, wanting to sing, but not knowing if I sounded good. And then, like, I remember being 7 and 8, realizing that it was so many singers out there. I didn't even really know if I could do it. And then people didn't give me that reassurance as a kid. And I wasn't in choir or nothing. So I had to figure it out myself. And so when I moved to Charlotte when I was 10, that whole time I was in Charlotte. This is why I love Charlotte so much. This is why I read Charlotte. The whole time I was in Charlotte, it was like a creative entrepreneur journey from the start. I moved to Charlotte, went to Hornets Nest, was a kid. When I went to Piedmont, it was an IB school. Like, you had to get in, got to get certain scores.
Yeah.
I met different people. I was playing the violin, and I was learning music from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gave me a start over point to become J. Reid. Like, I literally became J. Reid in Charlotte, which is why I moved back to Charlotte. I come to Fayetteville because they helped me too, like, grow and get stature. But Charlotte helped me be who I am. And then, like, once I started to get recognition from my music and people complimented me for my music, and I knew I sounded good, it was no stopping, because I always wanted to do that anyways.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if I could. You know what I'm saying? I had to build that confidence in myself.
Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing that with me, the confidence building thing, because I know there's a lot of people that's probably gonna be watching this that are like scared to come out and, you know, sing that first song or write that first lyric because they might think what people think of me. And did you have like a method for that when you was feeling nervous or anxious, or it kind of just, like I said, came natural?
Well, you know what? I'm not really an anxious person in front of people. I feel like everybody get anxiety. You know what I'm saying? That's a real, you know, mental health real, but performing is so easy. Like, the only time I'm frustrated at a performance is when I know I could have sang better.
Okay.
But I usually be out there ready to sing or ready to rap. You know what I'm saying? I get nervous when people tell me to sing on the spot when they hear I can sing, because I usually just can't think of songs right away. So if I do that, I just sing my ad lib.
Yeah.
You know the little yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get that out the way. But for everybody else out there, breathing techniques is so. The stuff that Sharpay was doing in High School Musical works. Not necessarily exactly what she's doing, but those breathing exercises, like go on YouTube or meet vocalists in your universities, you know what I'm saying? Because they can teach you so much more. You know, if you come with them directly and ask them, can you teach me some breathing exercises to help with, you know, my stage presence? Because breathing to help release anxiety.
Absolutely. And as we, you know, begin to wrap up this episode, my first episode, I thank you so much for coming on to it. What's next? What's next for J. Reid or J. Reid Productions? Is there like a set goal that you want to focus on, music or choreography, next event? Is there anything, big projects that you want to let us know
So,
about?
I'm just put it, you know, I'm gonna put it out there since you gave me the floor. It's a little teaser for like a couple different things. First, you know, we mentioned the What Is Love album is coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that. You know, for all my R&B lovers, there'll be a little hip hop in there, but you know, it's mostly R&B. Got a little jazz in there. It's a little bit everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very soulful. Be on the lookout for that for 2026. Definitely 2026. J. Reid Productions are looking for clients. So if you need help in your entrepreneur or entertainer journey with any type of digital marketing, please hit us up. You know, you can DM us. We will help you. You know, we'll talk about it. We do a free consultations. Usually our consultation is $25, but it's Black History Month, so for the whole month, we're doing free consultations for any entrepreneurs that need the help. And we got one huge party on the way for Rodeo Week. I can't say the name. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna put it out there. Be on the lookout for that. And you know, see how the Blaze on the way.
Yep.
So we got a couple things going on for CIAA. I'm ready to represent Fayetteville State. You know, for those that don't know, I am the MC during the basketball games, home basketball games in the Capel Arena, and I want to show people that Broncos have Bronco pride. I think people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Because they talk about every other HBCU, but it's a lot to talk about when it comes to Fayetteville State. So that's what I got so far, you know. I got a lot of events coming soon for Charlotte. So you just be on the lookout. Follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying?
Well, thank you. Well, I appreciate you for coming on to this show, and we thank you for taking some time out your day to even come to this event. We've heard what's happened so far, and we're excited to see what's happened next. Is there any piece of advice that you would give to an aspiring entertainer out there that's trying to be the, let's say, next Jay Reid or?
I'm gonna piggyback off what you said a little bit because that was my word from last year. Discipline is everything. Once you are disciplined, you can find perseverance and learn not to procrastinate as much. You can find a way to stay on the scene. You know what I'm saying? Just be true to yourself and trust your gut feeling.
Thank you. Well, this concludes this episode of Talks with T-Sean with my guest, Jay Reid. We've heard what he's had to say, and we're excited, so excited to see what happens next. I hope to see you the next time we have a conversation. Can't wait for you to join us. Until next time. Hi, I'm Mr. T-Sean, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Talks with T-Sean, because trust me, this is only the beginning. We've got a lot more on the way. Join me in the next video as we sit down with an FSU student who is no stranger to excellence, from Mr. Freshman to Mr. Sophomore to the now current Mr. Junior, who's actively campaigning to become the 32nd Mr. Fayetteville State University. This is a conversation about leadership, stamping a legacy, and what it really takes to rise on campus and beyond. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you like, subscribe to Talks with T-Sean on YouTube, and share this episode with someone who believes in leadership, growth, and achieving their goals. Because together, we can change the world, one conversation at a time.